This is NippyBot. NippyBot is an autonomous delivery system. It's an autonomous delivery robot that delivers your goods and services to your doorstep, probably your house, your office, or wherever you are. And the most interesting thing about this robot is the fact that it is live here in Teesside, Middlesbrough. Today we're going to be talking to the founder of this robot. And the most fascinating thing is that this robot is done, or NippyBot is owned by an immigrant. Most importantly, a Nigerian. Yes, a Nigerian has been building this robot, and NippyBot is a startup that has been doing this work live here in the city of Middlesbrough. One thing that is very good is NippyBot won the award for the startup of the year at the Black Teesside and Tech Awards 2025. NippyBot also got a partnership with NVIDIA, which is one of the biggest organizations when it comes to technology, and also it got a partnership with Panasonic, and NippyBot is also in the Rishin robotic accelerator. Is that not fascinating? This is what we do in Building Abroad, and today we'll be talking to Samson, who is the founder of NippyBot, and let us enjoy the conversation. Welcome to Building Abroad.
Building Abroad.
Hello, Samson.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right. Welcome to Building Abroad.
Thank you.
I always do this on every episode when people come into this place, just to explain what Building Abroad is all about. Okay. So Building Abroad is basically for people who are building abroad from the name. It's majorly for people who are doing something significant away from their country. So for instance, for some of us who have traveled away from our own country like Nigeria, and we're here doing something, investing into the system, and try to better the community. So that is what Building Abroad is all about. And we are all in Teesside here in Middlesbrough. So that's how the conversation is going to go. So welcome again to Building Abroad.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not going to introduce you. I'll give you the opportunity, the advantage to introduce yourself, what you do, and what you're building.
All right. My name is Samson Adewale. I've been a founder over the years. I founded my first startup in 2016.
Wow.
Called Job Tasker in Abuja, Nigeria, to be precise. I exited the company to move to Finland to start another company. So I got the startup visa to move to Finland. I was supposed to start a cryptocurrency company that actually gives out loan in form of crypto.
Okay.
But
gives out loan in form of crypto, like you're collecting Bitcoin on loan.
Yes, exactly. So
oh wow,
that was supposed to be innovative at that time. Then COVID came, so it was conversation of trying to get the license, talking to TransferWise CEO, now Wise. We're actually forming some sort of partnership, and then COVID came, and everyone was just trying to survive at that point, and the conversation just died down. We couldn't regenerate the conversation again. So that happened, and started working for Starship, which is also a robotics company. I worked as a robot operator or robot specialist, and from there I also worked as a product designer while I was in Finland as well. And I just couldn't integrate into the system perfectly because of the language.
Oh really?
Yeah, for you to...
Finland is Europe.
Yeah. They speak Finnish.
Finnish, yeah.
Yeah, for you to, it's more like a Baltic region. They have about 14 forms of English in their own language. So for you to integrate properly, you need to have like a certificate that shows you are proficient in speaking their language. And then I just knew I couldn't integrate properly. So that's the reason I moved to the UK. So I got to the UK, I did my master's in design at Teesside University.
Okay.
And I've been here for 5 years now. I've had opportunities to work with several startups, big companies as well. I've worked with Amazon, the Ring Doorbell department as a product designer, and worked with several startups, building the products, shipping products for them. And I started this company called NippyBot. The passion came from just automating processes I'm building something for the future. I wanted to build something that actually stand the test of time.
Okay.
With the introduction of AI, everything actually started moving really, really at a fast pace. People are worried about the job security. People are worried about the software they're using now, if they're going to keep on using it after a few years. And I wanted that solid test of time in terms of something innovative enough that I could build, happy to work on. And I started this from my own garage. Built NippyBot for about 8 months before coming outside of my garage.
Wow.
So it was me just putting things together, learning Python online, and testing out the components if they actually works. It was a learning process. Some components don't work, then I have to like buy something again, connect, and try to integrate it with Rust to see if it works. NVIDIA was a very good outsource for me because they have lots of documentation of robotics, what they've done. So I was able to use their tons of R&D to integrate into my own system and test it out. So yeah, build the first prototype from the garage, and then I had to build another one because I felt like that wasn't fully autonomous enough. And again, it was lightweight, so I had to consider outdoor driving. I had to consider the environment, wind. We're currently having a storm right now. I had to consider so many things that actually will make these actually work outdoor. So hence we built the new one that is fully functioning now, 100% autonomous at level 4, can drive itself,
Level 4.
avoid obstacles, understand objects. And yeah, we're based on Teesside University right now. We're testing it out with the university. We're going to start rolling out the commercial testing soon. And yeah, that's a bit about it.
Before we go into the integrity of NippyBot and how you started it, did you build it for yourself? Every part, every component, you assembled it yourself?
I assembled
the engineering part of it.
The engineering part of it, but I didn't build those components myself.
But building that thing together,
yeah,
you did it yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
All right.
What is this? Because some persons I've had conversation with here in Middlesbrough, there's this founding symptom that comes to people that studied design in Teesside. Why is everybody who studied design or studied something that has to relate to product or engineering, why is everybody a startup founder in me? Is there a particular course they are teaching you guys that says you guys must build a product?
I think for me, it's the years of experience working as a product designer. I've worked as a product designer for 8 years, and I've also helped companies build products and ship it out and get feedback, see how the product are actually growing. And I think it's just me evolving myself around products, several products, having my name to it. And I just wanted to actually build something myself. And apart from that, I've actually been entrepreneurial. I've had that spirit ever since, like I mentioned, founded the company, still moved around to try to start a company. So it has always been in me. I've always wanted to do something. So apart from even building NippyBot, I also render a business consultancy for people that wants to build their own startup.
Okay.
So I help them make sure that the idea is innovative enough, work with them to build something very, very scalable, viable, and help them to build the product as well. Guide them. If they have a designer, I can also guide the designer on how to build something that is user-friendly.
Okay.
And connect them with investors as well, show them how to network within the community and globally as well. So I just love building products. I love building businesses. I love seeing business come to life.
Nice. How many years have you spent in the UK now? Have you been in other cities before, borough?
I mean, I go to London a lot. I have an aunt in London, but yeah, I'm based in Borough. I've been here for almost 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's like after COVID.
Yeah. So after COVID, I just had to leave because, like, as the business thing, we couldn't launch the business.
In
I just
Finland.
had to leave. Yeah.
So how's your experience been personally as an immigrant when you got into borough? It seems that you guys that came in 2021, you're like You're like the eye opener because I was wondering because I came in like late 2022, December into January 2023. So looking at how Borough is then, now I'm considering people who have been here before then. How was the experience when you got to Borough?
For me, it was good. It's cheap.
Yeah.
That's the key thing. It's no longer cheap now.
it's still affordable.
It's still affordable
compared to other cities, even compared to Newcastle. That is in the north.
I mean, you still see somewhere cheap in Newcastle, but yeah, then it was cheap. But again, I wasn't focusing my energy within. I was looking outward. I was looking at London. I was trying to get roles in London, but I was looking for remote roles, hybrid roles.
How did that happen? Because I have a lot of experience looking at that, getting fully remote roles. Because I know majority of the kind of roles that is here is majorly hybrid.
I think back then there were lots of remote roles.
Okay.
But right now they are cutting the curve. Like they don't want people to be fully remote again. Because I think over the years you've learned from having remote workers, they're not accountable. Most people are not really doing their job. True. And then you can see those high rising in London is not being filled up. And then why are they building?
Are they building? So
there's that economic cost you need to weigh and balance as well. So yeah, back then there were lots of remote roles. It was COVID. COVID had to come with remote roles. That was the way people were able to survive. And I have friends that actually got remote roles as well. And then again, the job market was very, very fluid. There were lots of opportunities out there. And it was like you finishing your master's and before then getting a job opportunity. So I got my first job in Stockton. Okay. Though it wasn't remote role, but I got it before I finished the university. Oh wow! I was still in the university, and I was working with them as a designer as well. So, I mean, the key thing is to get that UK experience first.
Yeah.
And then that helped me to open other opportunities out there. So I got good job opportunities, to be honest. I worked with Amazon on a contract basis, which was very, very good. I was paying like a lot. So I think contract is like the way to go back then. Right now, no one is even giving you contract roles anymore.
Yeah, true.
So it would probably be best off working as a permanent staff. Yeah.
And I think most people in tech designer, because I'm also one, don't want to get that. I don't know. I think it's just a wave that is happening right now that people don't even want to get that. They prefer the contract role.
The contract role pays really good. I mean, the contract role pays minimum 350 to 750.
Yeah.
So imagine you get paid 750 or 500 every day. So I get my salary every week. So that's 2,500 every week. So you can imagine
that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm still getting reimbursed for the contract role I did from HMRC because of
how high the taxes.
Yeah, I'm still getting reimbursed up to now. I'm still surprised. Like, okay, I still get reimbursed of NI because I was paying too much NI. So trust me. But the thing again is there's always the drought. There's the drought period.
And that drought period is always crazy.
So I think you get that money to cover the drought period. Yeah. So that's it. You see lots of contractors on LinkedIn screaming, looking for jobs and all of that.
Yeah, true. Now, what is the defining moment where you said it has to be NippyBot? Like, why not why NippyBot?
Again, I just love robotics.
Because why didn't you do something in fintech when the cryptocurrency didn't work? Looking at, for instance, if we look at 2021 now till now, at least we know that there's like two prevalent fintech organizations that is really, really thriving right now.
Yeah.
And I think most of them started around that time.
Yeah.
If you look at Lemify, Tap, Send, and they are really big right now.
Yeah.
So why did you choose the NippyBot route?
So
when you have a lot of foundational knowledge, relationship in fintech.
Fintech would have been good, to be honest, but I knew that I had to come up with the capital requirements for the license. That was huge. I think it was about 250,000 pounds or euros in Finland then. I was actually talking to a Lithuanian lawyer that was going to get the license then. So I understand that there's that part, there's the headache of making sure that your platform is not used for fraudulent transactions and all of that. And for me, I actually understand how to even get a license. I've done tons of research. I knew the knowledge, but I just feel like it didn't work out. I think maybe that there's a sign for me not working out at that point, because I gave it my all. We built the app, everything was functioning. We just needed to launch, but we couldn't then. If I was going to go the fintech route, it would have been something for Nigeria. But then when I looked at Nigeria, I could see 90% of startups are actually doing fintech.
That's it. I want to say it's
like
what everybody's doing.
Yeah, all my friends are doing fintech.
That's what everybody's doing right now.
Yeah, I just don't understand. So the competition, it doesn't make sense when you.
Why do you say it doesn't make sense?
It doesn't make sense when you're trying to convince an investor again, like, okay.
But why investors are they putting money? There are VCs going in, their seed funding still going in, even IPO is still happening. So
I feel like the one that I've started since I've gotten grounded, and the ones that are getting investment right now, probably the investors is not grounded with his own research, to be honest, because there's nothing happening in that sector again.
Yeah, because I just think that I'm just a personal vendetta, basically. I just feel that everybody's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like there's no groundbreaking solution.
The thing is, there are some investors that throw out money. And there's some investors that throw out money, especially because it's Nigeria, it's a big market.
Yeah.
If I'm an investor today, it will be difficult for me to invest in a UK startup. You have to have that vision of going global.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, even if I build another fintech in Nigeria, there is on the top market still, there are lots of market women that will not keep their money in the bank. There's so many things happening there. So, but then I'm not in Nigeria. So I feel like, again, there's that friction of not being in Nigeria. So, but Nigeria is a good market. I know the censor is saying 200 million, but I'm sure we're up to 300
way back,
right now. So that's a good market. That's competing with the US market.
Yeah, true. So why NippyBot?
Build something for the future, something solid, something innovative that can stand the test of time. So I wanted to build something that I could actually ship globally and get that market advantage. Like I said, the fintech was saturated. I was looking for something that give me that advantage. So imagine now looking at deploying NippyBot in Nigeria, Casablanca, South Africa. So those are like our growth strategy. Those are our plan to go to countries like that have stable markets.
Yeah.
So Rwanda will be go to action. Nigeria was still thinking about it, but then NippyBot can actually play in several industries.
Okay, now I think we missed the part.
Okay,
tell us what NippyBot does, so people can have the knowledge. Okay, we are saying NippyBot. What exactly is this NippyBot?
So we've built an autonomous system for last mile internal logistics. So autonomous system, you can integrate this into a robot that can do food delivery.
Sorry to cut you.
Okay.
I think say it in a layman term that somebody basic can understand. I understand what you're saying. Probably I've seen NippyBot.
Yeah.
But okay, say it in the basic way that somebody that doesn't even go to school will understand. Okay, this is what they're talking about.
Okay. NippyBot, it's a robot. It's like a bag, like a cooler that drives itself from point A to point B.
That delivers whatever you want to do.
Delivers whatever you want. It can deliver your food. It can deliver your medicine, your parcel, heavy duty stuff, cooling, like something that needs to be refrigerated. Can deliver your drinks, your groceries. So the application is endless. So that's why I said autonomous system. Right now, we've built a cooler size design that can deliver food for you. So we can deliver food and grocery for you and parcel as well.
So it gets to go pick it up and then bring this to your house itself.
It's secured. It drives itself. Though we have what we call robot operators that are staying like a control room. They're able to see what the robot is seeing. That's like some sort of extra level of safety. So in the event where there's a construction and the road is totally blocked, the robot operator can manually override and drive the robot to another route. So that's what the robot is there for, just an extra level of safety. So autonomous system, we can integrate this into so many things, into forklift that picks up load itself and deliver it to internal warehouse. We can integrate this into driving cars as well, self-driving car. So it's an autonomous system that can be integrated into so many things. So the reason is we want to make labor efficient. There is shortage of labor. People don't want to do this kind of jobs. People want the high-paying jobs. So this job shouldn't be what people focus on. We're not taking away the job from delivery guys. We're optimizing that zone in such a way that they can become robot operators. Because we still need someone to feed the robot. We still need someone to put parcel in the robot. They can grow from their current role right now and get a better pay for what they're doing.
Okay, nice. Because I think that this technology is really is a lot in the US currently. Do we have anything like NippyBot here in the UK?
Yeah, the US company are coming to the UK. So Starship, which is one of our bigger competitors, I've worked with them, I've understand their industry. They're in the UK. They are in Leeds, Milton Keynes. We have a Turkish company called Delivers AI in Barnsley. We have a Switzerland company.
Have they deployed already? Fully functioning?
Yeah, fully functioning. They are working with the likes of Uber Eats, Just Eat, but it's still kind of like in a specific zone, specific region. So, for example, they probably deploy in area like Lintop only, those kind of places, or they are working with Co-op. Starship is working with Co-op in Leeds, and so it's a fairly new market. In the UK, UK company building similar solution. I don't know of one. I know of a company in Oxford doing autonomous forklift. So that's what they're doing. So they're doing more of the manufacturing industry. So but definitely it's just like the way we plan to deploy to the US, we plan to deploy to emerging market. The US company are also looking for places to deploy to as well. So
in terms of the number of robots you have now, like how many have you been able to build so far?
I would say 1.5.
Okay.
So
why do you say 1.5?
Half not fully autonomous.
Okay.
One fully autonomous. So we are currently at the early stage right now. We putting things together, getting LOIs, MOUs, getting pilot zones, working with the universities, getting support from them, and looking to raise angel rounds as well.
Okay.
So we are that.
You're doing the angel routes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are at that early stage right now. So our angel round just is opening by the end of this month.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Now let's talk about support, because you mentioned university a lot. How has the university been able to support NippyBot so far?
Yeah, so far they've been very, very excited about what we're doing. One, we're not a university spin out, but I passed through the university. So they're very, very, they acknowledge that fact. They've given lots of support in terms of introduction to stakeholders, people you can talk to, the council as well. We also need to talk to the council for some sort of approval as well. And also, I
think the mayor borough is somebody very approachable. I think a couple of times I've been able to meet him, basically.
Yeah, we're still looking to meet him soon because we need to carry him along. So for them, they've shown us so many opportunities we can tap into from the university as well, because they also do lots of research in robotics, even though they're not going commercial. They like to take data to see the efficiency of the robots as well. And we're also working with the department that are working on digital test bed. So it's like a crash site where autonomous in
Seaside here?
Yeah, they have it at the airport. So they build
Seaside airport.
But it's from Teesside University. So you can go there if you have like an autonomous vehicle to test and get some sort of certification. So we're also working with them as well. We're trying to see how we can work together on so many robotics adoption, because in terms of robotics, this is fairly new in the world.
Yeah.
Now everyone is talking about robotics. No one wants to do that. Uh, Let me tell you something about robotics.
Okay.
When I went to Fiverr, when I was still building at the early stage, trying to get support, there was only 2 robotic engineer on Fiverr.
Do you mean as freelancers
As
or Fiverr as a
freelancers.
company? Oh, okay.
As freelancers on Fiverr. Like
Two?
two. I talked to the first person and the second person. It turned out that they are friends. So this is
They would have
a
made serious
skill
money.
that is very, very early. People are talking more about it now because I think it is the right time. The technology is more advanced now.
Yeah.
So when I was working with Starship about 8 years ago, 9 years ago, it wasn't this robust. There were lots of labs, there were a lot of learning curve. But now the technology is more advanced, it's cheaper, the compute is faster now. So there's NVIDIA is actually helping in this situation with their NVIDIA computer. We're using NVIDIA Nano for
Okay.
I'll call it the robot
Robot
brain.
brain, yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Sorry for cutting you short. I just want to take a little bit of your time before we continue the video. Right. This is Building Abroad. All I want you to do is subscribe to this YouTube channel, subscribe on all our platforms, Facebook, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and everywhere that we are on, as it's going to be showing on your screen. So this is Building Abroad, like I said once again, and what we're trying to do is we're talking about businesses, we're talking about people, we're talking about everybody who is in diaspora or who is a black immigrant that is building something in another country. And I hope you always enjoy this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's continue. Looking at now, let's talk about data. You mentioned data. How secure? Because I know that data privacy is one of the most important things. How secure is the data that you collect or you generate from NippyBot?
The data we generate is proprietary to us,
Okay.
so it's very secure. We create a new mapping for
Okay.
NippyBot, which is proprietary to us. So we had to create like a map route where the robot would drive through, and we use that to optimize the route as well. And in the future, with the introduction of 4D LiDAR, we can actually use this to detect slopes, bad terrain, and report it back to the council or the transport department.
Oh, okay.
So if there's
Nice.
like a pothole or somewhere that's really, really bad, or something new that no one has picked up, we can introduce that to the council. And so that's one of the data we gather from driving around. Another one is understanding how people place order. So you can understand if the order comes, if there's traffic in the morning or in the evening or at night. And that is also a data we can use to understand the market, how to price the market.
Okay.
So I think for now, those are the real data that we collect. But with time, we will be able to understand how long NippyBot can last before breaking down, understand the mileage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The
Mileage
mileage.
before bringing it
How
for
about the
repair.
speed?
It runs as fast as 9 miles per hour. That's about
Okay.
15 kilometers per
Kilometers,
hour.
yeah.
So, but then we can reduce the speed if you want to. For places that we probably want to just go slowly, we can always reduce the speed.
Wow, that's honestly very, very interesting. Now let's talk about cultural experience. Now looking at your background in Nigeria, then before you start doing this you're doing, what's like what can you say influenced your how you run your company today? Looking at your cultural experience, looking
Yeah.
at your experience as a Nigerian or
As
from
a Nigerian,
Nigeria.
okay, yeah, I still work with developers from Nigeria. That's the honest truth. I actually pay salaries to developers in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
It's a pity that the talent in Nigeria now are being harnessed to the Western world. It's difficult to get someone really, really good in Nigeria. That's the honest truth. The people I've worked with before, most of them have moved to the US, UK, Germany, and now if you want to talk to them, they're going to,
Yeah.
they'll tell
Very
you
true.
they're not even available because they're busy working. So yeah, it's The culture, I mean, it's flexible, simple. WhatsApp, no time zone, call you anytime. Then you expect them to respond because that's how we work. There's no time zone, so that's good. I know in the UK it's not allowed, but that's still like the startup mentality. You can be sleeping and you just think of an idea you want to iterate, you want to jot down.
Sure, yeah.
I just send it to like the WhatsApp group, and you see people responding and picking it up. So that culture is very, very good in terms of the startup industry.
Okay. Do you think immigrants have a different, resilience when building business?
I think it's difficult to build business as an immigrant. That's the honest truth.
Why?
I am an advocate for people to build business right now. People get,
Why did I say it's difficult?
because they get sucked and stuck in their 9 to 5. They need to pay bills.
Yeah.
It's scary to build a business. That's the honest truth, because you don't know if it's going to succeed or not. So, but then you don't want to be stuck. But then you don't have that freedom to build a business. When I was in Nigeria, I didn't work for anyone because there were lots of opportunities. I've paid my bills for the full year. I'm able to just move around and look for that next opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's giving me that flexibility to move around. In the UK, it's very expensive. I went for a program in London. It was an accelerator program for robotics, Christian robotics. It cost me about 1,500 for 8 days trip going on the train to and fro.
Wait, you were going every day?
Twice every week. But I wasn't staying in London. So I was going Monday and Friday. I'll take the train from Darlington. I'll come back that same day. I did that for the entire program.
That would be expensive.
About 1,500 because I have the receipt in my train line app. So, and then there was even a day where the train got cancelled. That's another headache again. So it's mentally challenging to build a business. Most people will probably do like a side business where they sell something from Nigeria, where they sell maybe products from Nigeria. Those are safer because that is not clashing with your own 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But building a strong startup, I give kudos to immigrant building this kind of startups because it's very, very difficult. Again, there's so many factors that play in. There's where you're from, your level of exposure, the support you get as well, and then the trust level always plays in because people are humans.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, they do things they don't know they're doing. So once they see you as being black, which is the reality, there's that trust level, like doubt, like do I trust this person, regardless of what you're building, it's always going to come. It's always going to play. So if you're building a product as an immigrant, you have to be maybe 2 times better than non-immigrants. So you have
4 times better,
if not 10 times. So that's the honest truth. So it's
true.
very difficult. But then you don't want to be stuck in this 9 to 5 situation. That's the honest.
Why are you not advocating for building a business? Why do you advocate for it?
Because I want success. I want to see lots of black success. I want everyone to build a business. I want, especially this area, there should be a good community of startups. Like when I talk about startups shipping our product globally, it's not happening yet.
Can you weigh the difference from where you're moving at now?
It's still the same.
Really?
Yeah, it's still the same because I think now people are trying, but they're not seeing it through, which I don't blame them because of the support. Because I've seen people try and they're just like, no, just have to get a job. And then again, I feel like sometimes it might be situationship that is making them build business again. So then I wasn't looking within, but I know people that were they were still doing okay. Maybe they were doing more of personal business, contractors. I know engineers, most of them, they went to the contractor route. Lots of people actually did contracting, consultancy then. People did lots of consultancy, change management consultancy. I know people that were doing it then. I think the consultancy industry is a bit crowded now. So I think that's just what's happening now. But startup, I'm not sure. But the government is talking a lot about startup now. The government is doing a lot to support startup now. And again, it's becoming crowded, and then the government is not increasing their support. So now, when it comes to grants application, back then it was easier to get grants without AI. Now everyone is writing grants application with AI, and there's lots of competition again. But the government is not increasing their support in this aspect again.
True, honestly, I think, like we said the other time, we need to do like times 8, times 10, times 15, because the system itself, you have to be above the system before you say you want to start building something.
Exactly.
Your leg need to be strong first of all before you say well. But I think in the next couple of years, what do you think can be the difference in the next couple of years, especially in Borough?
I think the likes of me and you, if we keep advocating for people in creative industries, startups, pushing them out, there are actually supports.
Looking at like Flock Studios, Hot Labs, Stable, to be honest, I think do you think people are really getting involved? Because I know there are a lot of support in those places.
Yeah, I think people are starting to get involved with the exposure of the Hot Labs right now, because that actually brought some level of exposure in terms of support. To be honest, they've actually been support ever since, from Tees Valley, from even Teesside University. Teesside University actually has a innovative session that actually supports startups, spin outs. So they even invest in some startups.
Oh, wow.
So it has been there, but we're not looking for it. We're not getting that information. I think Art Labs is has like a big signage that everyone can see and relate to.
Do you know? I don't even know. It was just, I think it was probably late last year or something. I was just driving. I was like, I used to see TEDx there. I think probably like 2023. I used to see TEDx there, so I wasn't even paying attention. I was just driving. I said, like, oh, so there's something like this,
yeah. So that's big signage. Actually, it's a eye opener that okay, there's this support here, but we need more than that. Art Labs can't be the only one giving support. That's too small, to be honest. There are lots of startups there that are actually just looking outward. They're looking to Newcastle. They're looking to London. The London ecosystem is very
crazy. It's crazy. Crazy.
After Silicon Valley, it's London.
Crazy. I went to Google office. I was like, bro.
So we need things to happen. We need to keep advocating for immigrants to build a business, to come up with an idea, something innovative. I mean, if it's your passion, you just can't. Yeah, if it's what you want to do, like give that support. There are lots of support out there. There are lots of free support out there, even if it's not monetary. There's something that can get you started and see it through.
Let's talk about funding, because I know building something like this it's going to be cost intensive. First of all, looking at how did you get your partnership with like NVIDIA, other other ecosystem companies that can support NippyBot? Did you pay, or was it some APIs that you need to get in terms of things? Were they monetary, or they were just partnership, or they were just giving you some things for free?
From my experience, I already knew I needed to like get support to build this, because it was very expensive, and I needed to be out there to get some level of endorsement. The first thing I wanted to do was to actually get a patent for what we were building, for some of our autonomous system that we built. But then I was already seeing the pricing. I was like, this is a cost again that if I could find a way around it, that would be good. Then I was opportune to stumble upon the program called IP Arch. So it's like a competitive program where you apply, you pitch to like big commercial companies like Nokia, Densio, Panasonic, Nissan, those Japanese companies, lots of them. So I pitched to them, and the Panasonic guys, they actually love what we're doing, and they gave us 2 patents, full ownership.
Wow.
So this is a patent that covers autonomous calibration. It allows the robot to calibrate itself in real time. It also allows to deploy the mapping quicker as well. So this patent is like a strong backing from Panasonic. and also being in their ecosystem solidify what we were building. Because Panasonic actually have similar delivery robots.
Okay.
They launched recently in Japan. Japan has some restriction with autonomous robots as well, but they were able to launch in Japan. They're doing delivery for elderly homes. They're doing delivery for medicines as well. So for them to see what we're building and giving us that IP to use, and also some sort of partnership and being in their radar, kind of like solidify what we're building. And in the future, Panasonic might decide they don't want to do autonomous robots again and give us everything they're doing, and we can continue doing the autonomous system for them. So that's something that could happen in the future. So, like I said, there are lots of opportunities out there just to apply. And one thing for me is I was looking out for, okay, what support is out there for robotics in the UK, and I was able to get into the Grecian Robotics Accelerator.
Okay.
So it's a Silicon Valley Accelerator program that just happened in the UK. So it happened in London, and that gave me lots of visibility. So while on the program, NVIDIA reached out to me.
Oh, wow.
And told me to apply to join the Inception program. So what the Inception program is all about is you have access to their compute, to their repo, tons of R&D. You have access to that you can use for free. You have discounts to their hardware, which we're using. So you have good discount to the hardware as well. And you have access to their network of VCs. So they have like lots of VCs as well. And NVIDIA actually invests as well. So being in that ecosystem again is a good thing for me as well. And again, I've talked to several VCs trying to be on the radar, not for this initial raise, but for a raise that will come after this initial raise.
Okay.
Because right now, what we need to do is to validate what we're building, so commercialize it, so generate some sort of revenue, and prove that this can actually make money.
True.
Then we can now go for the next raise, which I can now bring all the VCs on board and tell them, this is what we've been doing, this is how far we've gotten to, and see how it goes from there.
That makes sense. That's honestly, the trajectory really makes sense. And looking at this kind of innovations right here in the UK, I think in a couple of years' time, it's going to, looking at a couple of years' time now, how many number of robots do you think you want to have in, let's say, in 2 years?
We should have about 40 robots in 2 years. We're looking to have 20 robots in the first year, 20 robots deployed to strategic places. We're looking to get some partnership with logistics company, with food delivery company as well. So we're going to start with 20, and then we'll try to increase that the following year.
Okay, makes sense. What is one harsh truth about building business abroad that nobody tells immigrants?
I mean, the obvious is difficult. I'm just thinking about if there's any other truth there. It can drive you crazy. It can burn all your savings. It's difficult. It's getting difficult every day because the key thing now for building a business is you need traction. It's difficult for you to get someone to invest in you without good traction. So how do you get traction? You spend from your own money. You spend from your pocket, except you have like family and friends that can invest in you, which is the norm. If your family and friends can trust you enough to invest in you, then you can get to that traction stage. So you need that community support. Again, one thing I actually trying to advocate for again is we investing in each other. We creating a good community, like Black communities. We have doctors that earn well. We have engineers. We have even professors that earn well. You can invest £1,000, £5,000 into someone, and gathering about 10 or 5,000, but that's 50,000. That's a good pre-seed for lots of startups.
Yeah, true.
If you can form that community, investing that amount goes a long way. It's not about your return. It's actually building a stronger community, building a place where you can actually be proud of.
I think other communities like the Asian communities have this bond.
Exactly.
Like it's crazy.
It's
like
you can talk to your uncle.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because it's a pinch of that can just probably stop you from flying first class that year.
Yeah.
But then you've made someone's life better. Giving that initial trust goes a long way for startup, because that will boost their morale, that will boost their commitment as well. Because I mean, now you have someone's money, you need to prove
You need to prove that
to
you can
yourself,
do it,
to them, that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, makes sense. What is one sacrifice you've had to make when you're building NippyBot?
Travels. Didn't travel last year at all. I had to focus on my funds on NippyBot, so I deprived the family of travel. So couldn't go anywhere last year, and I mean, it was good. It was like a mutual support, because they could see what I was doing, but then I just needed to do it because there's always going to be lots of travels. There's going to be endless travel. So
Yeah, true. So why don't let's keep this one
let's
for
keep
now.
this one for now. Like, we can plan it for another time. So yeah.
If you had the power to change one thing about the ecosystem, what would it be?
Just create. I can't change, but I can probably improve, introduce something new, which is create a better community. A community that actually look inwards, not trying to escape. Because sometimes you see most people are just trying to escape the madness. They're not thinking apart from their job, or trying to just catch a break. A community that actually supports, that thrive, that doesn't backbite or look down. A community that actually understand that building a business is not about failure. Failure is actually a road to success.
Yeah.
So that kind of community that will give you that support and will not make you feel ashamed of building a product that might not succeed. So that kind of community, just a stronger community, and a community that take care of itself.
Yeah, true.
Because even the people that actually earn this money, you see that they're not even taking care of themselves. So
True.
I think we just need to live a better standard of life.
That's actually that's one factor. Yeah. Even people that they are true. So now let's look at 20 years from now, when your story is being told. What impact do you want people to say? Okay, we can say about Samson.
20 years from now, I'll definitely be an investor, because I like I said, I like to see businesses grow. So having that spare money, extra money, I want to be able to invest in startups and see them grow as well. I want to be part of people's success story.
Are you going to go to the Wall Street?
Yeah, why not? So yeah, I just wanted to see businesses grow, opportunities to work with the government as well, to impact in lots of businesses, and see how you can actually form a good business that can actually be scalable out of this world, out of the UK. Because again, I keep saying UK it's not a strong market. You need to build a business that can scale beyond UK.
Do you feel like a foreigner building here, or you feel like a global citizen building anywhere?
Nah, I feel like a foreigner. Trust me.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, talking to people, talking to professors in Teesside University, talking to the council, it's still kind of like, okay, trying to like pedestal gently penetrate into the system, because I feel like I'm not in the system yet.
Okay.
When I was in Abuja, I knew where I could enter. I could enter National Assembly.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I have to.
But you have to have some level of this thing.
You always know someone there. That's how Nigeria is.
Yeah, true.
You know someone that knows someone. And it's just a matter of booking an appointment.
True.
So I enter NDA, enter like so many places you could enter. You could go around feeling like, yes, you own
there's
this
There's a level of we are still in my country,
you own this place. You could ask, yes, you say no.
You say no,
But you have to like go in gently. There are lots of policies. That's another thing.
Yeah, true.
You need to follow those policies. You need to
Protocol
be aware.
And all that.
Yeah, you need to be aware of them. Again, there is season for everything. So you need to be aware for those seasons. There's funding coming up soon in Teesside, but it's going to be in September. So you need to be aware of the season.
Those seasons, yeah.
Then you need to be aware of, if you're selling to B2B, you need to be aware of when they get their funding, which is mostly after the financial year or before the end of the
I think
financial
a lot
year.
of things is happening after the financial year, from like May.
Yeah. And then some people actually spend a lot again before the end of the financial year because they just want to like finish their budget.
Yeah.
So again, you need to work with those things. But in Nigeria, you can go, you can just, and then there's actually, the good thing is, I feel, I mean, I understand the situation in Nigeria right now. I guess I was opportune in Nigeria, to be honest. I lived in Abuja. I had the opportunity to go places in Abuja, but there are lots of people that don't live in Abuja. Abuja is just like 3.5 million. So in Lagos, it's difficult.
Bro.
It's difficult in Lagos. Yeah, so
Bro.
I guess I'm just opportune. Actually.
Bro, some of us that stayed in Lagos and Port Harcourt,
Yeah.
it's just, come on, it's crazy.
Yeah, in Lagos, you have to do business. You have to look for how to fight for that
You
business.
have to fight. You have to fight with your
Yeah.
with your sweat.
Yeah.
Now we just have two things before we go.
Okay.
The first of all, tell us one story, not necessarily UK, from probably Nigeria when you're growing up, when you went to the uni and all those. Tell us one story you will never forget in your journey to become who you are today.
Oh, story. No, I forget story. It was a good story, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was me getting my first contract
Okay.
when I was in Abuja, and it was a good tech contract that got me my first car. And this was exactly the time I was finishing my NYSC. So it was like a very good success story. Like I didn't have to struggle, and I just got like a soft landing.
Wow.
So I mean, it just felt good, like something you can't forget.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah,
though.
so got my first landing, got the nice apartment, got everything was just smooth, and was able to build on that and start going through the route of contracts, consultancy in Abuja then.
You talked about your first business. Why did you end it, or why did you stop?
So the first business was Job Tasker. It was very new. It was Fiverr for the Nigerian market. So we're connecting service provider, plumber, tailor, mechanic to service users. So I think our competitor there was just one, Wisabi. I think it was Wisabi. That was the only competitor there. It was good, but the margin were not right.
Yeah, because I know I work for a company that was trying to build that product. I
Yeah.
actually designed everything, but it didn't scale.
It was
Because
not
hard.
scalable.
Was
We
it
got
Port Harcourt?
funded. We got funded of about 100 million naira. We did everything we could do, but it was not the right time. It was too early. One thing, people want to call their friend for like a plumber.
Electricity,
They
plumbing,
believe their
which,
friend
yeah.
more. Secondly, when you get the first service provider from us, you tend to just go behind the platform and just keep calling them. So that's another thing. Even though we're providing insurance, we're providing insurance to cover thefts, to cover damages up to 10 million naira, they didn't care. It's not like they didn't care. They didn't have that luxury of going online.
Yeah, I think it was just the
make the booking.
that time. I don't. Why would I
it was
go
too
stress when
early.
I can call the person that comes to my house?
Not so early. We got good traction, but then the revenue was good. The income was not good because we were taking 10-15%. So it wasn't great for our expenses. It wasn't great. We got good traction. There was a guy that made good money, about 5 million naira, using our platform. And it was a tailor, a normal tailor. But people loved him because his work was good. Yeah, so we got good success story where people make money, but we didn't make enough money to stand the test of time. So we exited the company. We just had to. While I was doing that, I was already starting a different company, which is the cryptocurrency loan company. So then I moved to Finland. I applied for a startup visa, got it, moved to Finland to start it up. And COVID came.
COVID disrupted the system.
Yeah, but it was fun. COVID was fun. At that point, just wanted to survive. Everybody was just indoors.
Wait. So COVID hit you in Finland.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be a different narrative.
We were planting, indoor planting.
Were you married then?
Yeah, I was married then.
Or more?
We're just doing indoor planting, ordering food from robots. Robot was delivering food to us then. That was the Starship then. So it was fun. It was fun actually. It was good, especially when you now have a remote job.
Yeah.
If you have a remote job, your money is still coming in. Yeah, good.
I think that's one of the advantage that some of us had.
Yeah. The remote job was now popular then. Everyone was
remote. Oh, nice talking to you, Samson. We really enjoyed the conversation today, and we hope that we want to see more thriving success about NippyBot. And one word for people who want to do business or want to build something in the UK.
Definitely build something innovative, build something scalable and viable, something that can scale beyond the UK.
How can people see what NippyBot is doing?
If you go on the website, we can get some links to our social media.
Okay, what's the website?
NippyBot.com, NippyBot.com.
All right, so you've heard, build something innovative, build something for the community. And if you want to check what NippyBot is doing, just go to the website. I love the website actually. It's very, very, it's really, really very good. The minimalistic, it was white, it was it gave everything that it was supposed to give. Very, very nice. And I like the user experience, how it was arranged. I think I was looking for my phone, so it was good. And that video part, there was a part that the robot was moving in the university.
Yeah,
I think I saw that video. Was good. So go to nippybot.com and you can find every information you need to find about NippyBot. And we know that you're going to support. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever you can do to this video, and let us continue building. Thank you, Samson, once again.
All right, thank you.
And we'll catch up later. Thank you very much. Ciao.
Ciao.